Hello, Center Church. Today we're going to look at Psalm chapter 30, which seems unusually appropriate in the time of a pandemic. Although it is from the perspective of looking back at the time of a serious illness that the author David fully anticipated death. The psalmist is almost sheepishly remembering the time when he thought in his prosperity that he was untouchable. But God hid his face from David, and his anger or his correction came upon him, and David was humbled. The psalmist cried out to God for healing, and the Lord delivered him. And now, in this psalm of dedication, when David's been established as king, triumphant over his enemies, and recovered from this deadly disease, you would expect a ruler to boast in his own strength, to say, look at my accomplishments, see how I've overcome these troubles. But instead, David rightly uses this as an opportunity to humbly exhort the people of God to worship the Lord in song. With all eyes on him as he's reciting this psalm in the temple, David leads his people and us in how to think rightly about sickness and disease. Be humble, not proud when you're doing well. All things they come from the Lord. And when you are facing disease and illness, pray earnestly to the Lord for deliverance, for he alone has the power to heal. And then when the Lord chooses in his sovereign will to heal us, we're called to extol the name of the Lord, to make a big deal about it, to say to others, isn't it amazing that God healed me? To enlist help in praising God for his deliverance. And even though David has no idea that in James chapter 4, verses 6 through 10, our passage from this past Sunday, would be written long in the future, it's interesting that this psalm follows the exact same outline. Submission to God, recognizing the downfalls of pride and arrogance, and then drawing near to the Lord, crying out to him in prayer and exaltation. See, God takes note of David's humility and raises him up and causes him to prosper.